Today on Rappler. South Korea deploys 30 fighter jets after 12 North Korean warplanes stage a bombing drill. Sara Duterte says the return to face-to-face classes is her first 100 days achievement. The Philippine National Police identifies a person of interest in broadcaster's killing. Thailand mourns the death of over 34, including 23 children, in a daycare massacre. A Belarusian human rights activist and a Russian and a Ukrainian human rights organizations win the 2022 Nobel Peace Prize. Adidas puts reviews on its partnership with Kanye West, and PBA coach Chot is fined for an emotional outburst. South Korea scrambles to deploy 30 fighter jets after 8 North Korean fighter jets and 4 bombers stage a rare bombing drill on Thursday, October 6. Officials in Seoul and Washington say North Korea has launched about 40 missiles this year and appears ready to hold its first nuclear test since 2017. Meantime, South Korea and the United States began joint maritime exercises with a U.S. aircraft carrier on Friday, October 7. North Korea condemned the United States on Thursday for repositioning the aircraft carrier near the peninsula. The maritime drills will take place in waters off South Korea's east coast on October 7 to 8. Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Duterte says the return to face-to-face classes in the country is a major achievement in her first 100 days in office. Schools in the Philippines returned to face-to-face classes on August 22 after 2 years of distance learning, but 1,004 schools are still implementing remote classes. The DepEd and the Department of Health say cases of COVID-19 have been recorded in schools but could not give a definite number. Duterte says COVID-19 in schools are a natural consequence of the return to face-to-face classes. The Vice President will mark her first 100 days in office on Saturday, October 8. The Philippine National Police says it has identified a person of interest in the killing of radio journalist Percy Lapid Mabasa. The PNP puts a 1.5 million peso bounty on the individual's head and releases the photo of the person of interest. Police identifies the person through available CCTV videos in the area where Mabasa was killed. Interior Secretary Benhur Abalos also calls on the person of interest to surrender. Abalos says the PNP has provided security detail for Mabasa's family.
Sa tao itong nasa larawan naman na ito, ay wala masasabi ko. Ang pinakamagandang gawin mo, sumuko ka at pabayaan mong mag-take over na ang kapulisan dito.
Mabasa was killed in Las Piñas City on Monday, the second media worker slain during President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s term. Thailand mourns the death of more than 30 people, including 23 children, ages 2 to 5 years old, after an ex-policeman went on a knife and gun rampage at a daycare center. Police say most of the children who died at the daycare center in a town northeast of Bangkok were stabbed to death. The attacker was a former policeman discharged and facing trial over drug allegations. After the attack, the gunman went home and shot dead his wife and child before turning his weapon on himself. The former policeman had gone to the daycare center to collect his child and began the killing spree when he did not find his child there. The massacre is among the worst involving children killed by one person. Jailed Belarusian human rights activist Ales Bialyatsky, Russian human rights organization Memorial, and Ukrainian human rights organization Center for Civil Liberties win the 2022 Nobel Peace Prize. Committee Chair Berit Reiss-Anderson reads the committee citation and also calls on Belarus to release Bialyatsky from prison.
They have for many years promoted the right to criticize power and protect the fundamental rights of citizens. Together, they demonstrate the significance of civil society for peace and democracy.
The Nobel Peace Prize will be presented in Oslo on December 10. German sporting goods maker Adidas says it has put under review its business partnership with rapper and fashion designer Kanye West. Adidas says they have decided on the action after repeated efforts to privately resolve the situation. Referring to the Adidas-Yeezy partnership, the company adds it will continue to co-manage the current product during this period. CNBC says West had been publicly critical of Adidas and its CEO and told the broadcaster that the German group was copying his ideas. TNT Tropang Giga head coach Chot will pay a 50,000 peso fine after his outburst following the loss of his team to the Magnolia Hotshots in the 2022 PBA Commissioner's Cup. League Deputy Commissioner Eric Castro confirms the sanction, citing Chot as being fined for quote-unquote incessantly shouting invectives/shouting profanities at game officials. TNT team manager Jojo Lastimosa is also being fined 20,000 pesos for confronting game officials. Deputy Commissioner Castro escorted the fuming Reyes outside the venue himself. And that's today's wrap. I'm Kita Chotico. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.